Alex Answer here, October 31st, 2015. The eyes are extra red, not from smoking marijuana necessarily, but from the release of fluid. I just want to remind everyone during these periods of heightened emotions that you own yourself. You own your own time. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe your kids anything, and you don't owe your parents anything. Not any energy, not any time. Um, you don't owe anyone anything. We own ourselves. We're responsible for ourselves. We're responsible for our own healing. We're responsible for our own spiritual evolution. That's what we're here to do on this earth. We're not responsible to meet others, the emotional needs of others, especially when they're not there to meet the needs of ours, especially if there is unfinished business with the past that those parties refuse to acknowledge. I, for one, own myself. Those that I consider my friends, those people I respect in my life, they own themselves and their own time. There's a reason why I don't run around with a cell phone and don't hand my numbers out and wheel and deal, I guess, in that kind of manner. Some people get off on it. They like having that cell phone next to their head, feeling like they're in demand. There's a lot of energy. It goes back and forth when you're talking to someone on the cell phone. But when you're dealing with certain people that don't realize that they're operating like an energy vampire. They're acting as if that the phone is a way, along with text messaging and whatnot, iPhones, what cell phones have done to people. There's a lot of energy going back and forth in the cell phones, and I've seen what it's done to some people's brains. I'm not really impressed. I'm not attacking anyone specifically. I've seen what this cell phone generation has done to people. I've seen different variants of the princess programming contaminate all different types of healthy relationships. This princess entitlement programming of the last several generations that's contaminated our culture here in the West. I want to be doing a video in the future how women rate men emotionally. How women rate men emotionally. And it deals with a man's truth being belittled in this world where people assault the emotions of others to elevate their own position. I'm going to be speaking more on a lot of things. You own yourself. And during this time of heightened emotions, there are people running around playing games. Saw a friend of mine. We talked about it. It's coming up in the video after this. Saw a friend of mine sit there flabbergasted as his friend walked away from him once he started talking about God being omnipresent. The male-female nature to God. Or the Creator, at least discussing it. Sharing one's ideas and thoughts on the true nature of the Creator. And seeing people respond to that in a negative way, you wonder, where's that coming from? I didn't like that encounter I just had with someone that, I want to remind people that they own their own time and energy. I'm shocked right now and speechless that someone had the gall to try to walk back up into my life, get me on the phone, only to try to play that abandonment game again. I got to hang up on you, Alex. You're just a little. You're just really. This is happening no more. It's not happening anymore. It's done. You had 35 years to do that. It's done. I own my time. I own my life. I'm not responsible for whatever's going on with you. I'm not to blame for your problems and your psychic attacks. Your behavior and the energies you've allowed into your life, that is.